Just right here, sure. Yeah, I'll move this over. The handheld? All right. Let me turn on my Mac real quick, make sure I've got that way I can get the sponsors.
No cussing. I ain't cussing. No cussing.
Do you want him to hold the gray one or me hold the gray one? Oh, him the gray one. Okay. I'll use this one. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's little special edition of the Greenbrier Valley Channel podcast. And we're not on the touchdown chairs like we usually are, so a little bit of a different scenery we got going on here. We are at the Moose Lodge here in Raynell, and as you guys could see, and as you can see, we got all the kids over here to the side. All the kids are enjoying eating a little bit of food. And I'm going to give a little shout out to our sponsors before we start the podcast. Raynell Medical Center, excellent healthcare right at home. Park Center Sporting Goods, Steve's Towing, I won't charge an arm or a leg. All I want is a tow. RT Rogers Oil Company, and Tattered and Worn, the Antique Mall in Lewisburg. But with all those sponsors being said, I have a special guest with me here this evening, one of the men here at the Moose Lodge, and we wanted to give them a special thanks because they do so much for not only Greenbrier West, but the community as well. And can you tell the people here at the Greenbrier Valley Channel a little bit of what you guys do with the Moose Lodge and all the surrounding people that you guys help and organizations?
We donate to several people here and in our community, and even the animal shelter. We send them $50 a month just to help out with the pets. And we enjoy feeding these boys, and they're very, very good kids, and they're so good. I mean, they're so polite, and they do everything the right way. And anyway, we try to feed them, and we really enjoy having them.
And it's one thing for you to say that, but it's another thing for you to show by your actions. You guys have been doing this since I was in school, and you guys even do banquets for the kids, and you guys feed them, and it means so much for these kids to be able to come here, get a warm, fresh meal, and it's a single A school. It's not like you're doing this for a huge quad A school or a huge triple A school. You guys are doing this for Little Greenbrier West because you guys care about the kids and you care about the community as well. So what exactly gave you the heart to do this in the first place?
I was thinking 3 years ago, and I come up with the idea, and I asked Kelly, would it be okay if we could just have one banquet for the kids? You know, they was doing good in football, and we just enjoy watching them play. But we wanted to help some way or another, and we come up with this, feeding them, you know, for the games, and you know, it's been turned out really good, and it's been very good for us, and we help, you know, for the football team. I enjoy watching them play, too.
Me, too. I mean, it's so much fun to be able to watch them play, and they couldn't be more appreciative of you doing what you do here at the Moose Lodge, feeding them. So can you give people a little bit of an overview of what the Moose Lodge is exactly for somebody who's never heard of it?
Well, it's about kids mostly, because Moose Heart has got kids from all over the United States. We've got our own from our state there. We help every month. We send $125 a month for our kids there, and we help Moose Heart other ways to Moose Haven. They got a retirement home for Moose Haven in Florida, and Moose Heart's in Chicago, and if anybody ever gets a chance to go, they should go see the kids there.
It's just, it's incredible to me to see how many people and organizations. I mean, honestly, there's probably more organizations that you forgot that you've helped than ones we're even saying on the podcast, which is unreal and insane to me. But that's one thing that's truly fulfilling in this life, for you to be able to go to these kids and be able to help them by feeding them before these games. And coming as a player that you fed as well, it means so much to us. It really does. And it boosts their morale just a little bit. And that little boost of morale doesn't only help them in real life, but it helps them on the football field as well. And that's what really matters. That's what we want to see, is these kids performing well.
Right,
So, are you excited for the Summers County game tomorrow?
Yes, I'm very excited. I want to see them have good time and come home with a victory.
I hope so. I really do hope so. Well, sir, I appreciate you for talking to us, and you have a great rest of your day.
Appreciate y'all.
All righty. That'll be good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All righty. So we're going to do a little bit of a discussion here throughout. Okay, that works too. So we're going to go through a little bit of a pregame analysis of how the game went this past weekend, which was a little bit of a disaster to say the least. But week one is always going to be that game that gets your team on the right track, because you're able to figure out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and a bunch of things in between. So first things first, we're going to go over a little bit of an injury report. Camden Sam's unfortunately still out with the broken collarbone. He'll be out for about 3 more weeks, so he'll be in around week 5 is what the estimate is. Colton Dunbar came out for a couple of plays there in the first quarter of week 1, but he is good to go for tomorrow against Summers County. And the big question mark was running back Ben Butler, who they believe had a little bit of a concussion, but a very, very minor concussion. He is good to go for tomorrow's game. He went through all the concussion protocols, and everything is good to go. He said it was just a little headache, and they went through everything just as the doctor said to, and as the school's supposed to over the protocols, and he is good to go. So Ben Butler ready to roll for tomorrow. And I believe that's everybody for the injury report. So the only one we have out tomorrow will be Camden Sam's, who should be back in the next couple of weeks. So Greenbrier West is going to have their hands full tomorrow, to say the least. They got their hands against Summers County, who lost 50-8 last week against Pikeview, but Pikeview is a very good opponent. They rushed the ball a bunch against them, 42 times to be exact, for about 347 yards. This team is no joke, and I'm getting this off of Max Prep, so if there's any incorrect information, I apologize, but that's the statistics I have here right in front of me. They have one completion for 57 yards and a touchdown. And yeah, this game is going to be insane though. Quarterback for the Summers County Bobcats is going to be quarterback Eli. Eli did a fantastic job going against the Pikeview, and he had one interception on 9 of 15 passing, but this man is a senior, and he's going to see what he can do as he goes towards the rest of the season. So a lot of improving to do for both Greenbrier West and Summers County, but expect a close game, expect a good game, and expect a hard-fought battle. Now, our thoughts and prayers do go out to one of the players from Summers County, Cody Snavely, who unfortunately did suffer an injury this past week against Pikeview, and he had to be flown out. And to our knowledge, he isn't able to feel a lot of his lower body to this point. He's able to move around a little bit better. I will get you guys more information on that as we hear it, and if I hear it live on this podcast. But as of right now, our thoughts and prayers go out to him, especially for that injury. He will not be playing tomorrow against the Cavaliers. And yeah, as far as I know, that is the latest on the injury report. That'll be the main thing to look out for the Cavaliers, is the Summers County senior quarterback, Eli, going into this week. So we're going to go ahead and get one of the assistant coaches for the Cavaliers, Coach Jared Robertson, who also brings in 2 of his supporting cast. And what's going on, Coach? You excited?
How are you, Mr. Thomas?
Brother, I'm doing great, man. Always excited to interview you and get ready for this game. So one thing that I was looking over a couple things from the Daily News, the West Virginia Daily News, about this game that the Cavaliers are going against Summers County. One thing that I noticed that stood out to me on Max Preps and this was Summers County quarterback Eli. I saw he went 9 for 15, had an interception, but that was their one spark, is what they called it in the interviews. What is one thing over scouting that you guys have seen that he's stood out to you guys at least?
He can really throw it. It's a little different than last year. They didn't hardly throw it at all last year.
No, they didn't.
But this year they're spreading it out a lot. He can throw it deep. He can throw it short. He can move around some in the pocket too. So
yes,
it's definitely going to be a challenge for our defense to contain him throwing the ball.
Yeah, don't quote me on this. I believe he had a 47-yard passing touchdown last week.
That's true.
He was rolling out of the pocket to the right, and he slung it down right over the safety's head. It was a dot, to say the least.
I know he threw that to number 3.
Yes.
Number 3 is a threat on the outside for him.
He's going to be. We have a lot of things to be, I'm not going to say worried about, but concerned about and
Absolutely.
aware of for tomorrow's game. What's one thing that you think we are going to have to do better from last week to be able to win this game against Summers County?
Well, we got to tackle better, first of all. Roan's really good.
Yes.
We knew what kind of physical running game they were going to bring.
Very physical.
It'll be a very different style this week against Summers County. Now, they'll still run it, don't get me wrong, but a lot more spread, a lot more spread it out and fling it around. But it's going to be, we'll see how we do here. I'm really excited to see how our kids respond. We're not very happy with how we played last week, and I think our kids are ready to go give it another shot.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there last week, but one thing I did notice was after that fumble, I believe it was Colton Crispin, after he fumbled the ball, it's almost like we had a tire, and that tire had a nail stuck in it. You pulled it out, and it got deflated immediately.
It is.
We lost all momentum, and we quit after that. We can't do that next week or tomorrow.
We started out really well. We scored quick. Kids were excited. We gave a big kick return on the next kickoff, and that really was the start of our downfall, and kind of put us on our heels defensively a little bit. And honestly, the next drive on offense, we had a couple of simple mistakes, or we'd have drove down and scored again. And
exactly,
things like that in the game of momentum, it's things like that will change it in a hurry. So
exactly.
You can talk. Go ahead.
Yeah.
He'll interview you.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll interview you too.
Say hi, Matthew.
He says, "What's up?" Yeah, that was exactly like you said. Whenever they were able to take that kick return and bring it all the way down to the 21-yard line, that didn't help at all.
No, not at all.
No, because you go from having all this momentum to everything flip-flops on Roane County's side. And it doesn't help that Roane County had their home side momentum on the whole time. I mean, you could even hear him through the camera whenever I was watching the replay of the game. It doesn't play as fairly into the game. But one thing I did notice is that throughout the game, Colton Dunbar was taking some hits. So you guys tried to mix it up, and you guys eventually had Scott McClung come in at quarterback.
Yep.
Do you think he might be able to get some snaps in tomorrow, or a little bit of a different game plan coming in?
We came in inexperienced at quarterback.
Yes.
And Coach Osborne's done a really nice job of getting Scott and Colton reps, and Mason Ward. Mason Ward got a few reps in the game too. We got a lot of guys that can do the job, and right now with replacing so many guys, we're a little bit trying to figure out who needs to play where.
Exactly.
We know they can play, but we got to get them in the right spots. And I think we've adjusted a little bit this week in practice, and I think we're getting closer to where we need to be.
And that's one thing that a lot of people were freaking out about whenever it was preseason, a few weeks before the season even started. They were saying that, oh my goodness, what are we going to do right now? We have 3 quarterbacks on the roster right now. Guys, if you're worried about that, hustle down. Chill out for a second. This is the youngest team that Greenbrier West has had in a very long time. We're still working out kinks, but the good thing is we still have talent. We only have 9 graduating seniors coming into this year. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it's 7 juniors as well. Very, very, very young team coming into this year. And tomorrow against Summers County, they only have 23 players on their whole roster. So we're going to be working against something that hopefully can get the wheels rolling and get us some momentum rolling towards the season.
We definitely have a little bit of a depth advantage just from pure numbers advantage.
Absolutely.
How will that go in the game? You only have 11 on the field, though. So
exactly.
We're excited to see how the kids will do with that. But we've rotated a lot of guys. I know defensively especially. We've rotated a lot of guys this week. We'll give a lot of guys some snaps tomorrow to see how they do. So
exactly.
No matter what you do in practice, sometimes you need some trial by fire and game action to see how kids respond, and we're going to do that tomorrow night.
Exactly. I'm excited to see, too, if we'll be able to get more of a passing game going, too. Because obviously, Greenbrier West, we've been a run-heavy offense for as long as I can remember. As long as I've been at the school, at least since my junior year, we have always been run-heavy. That's been our main thing. But I believe we only had 1 completion last week against Roane, which it's really hard to do whenever every single time they send a blitz, or even without a blitz, their 4 guys are getting through the line and gives Dunbar or McClung no time to throw the ball.
Well, that was Roane's style. I mean, they were.
Yes.
First of all, they're really good, and that
very
helps.
good.
But
yes.
they're straight man-to-man. They're going to blitz a guy or sometimes 2 guys every play, and that's just how they play. This week's going to be a little bit different. It's a similar setup, but they don't blitz as much. They play zone a lot more than man.
Yes.
But we got our guys. We had a good week throwing the ball. Colton and Scott both have put in some extra time this week. Colton was really throwing the ball well the other night. We had some youth kids out practicing on the field after our practice. He just went down to one end with our throwing net and just threw the ball over and over and over for about an hour. And you could really see it paying off already.
Yes. And that was one thing, too, that you were mentioning is not only the pressure, but when they were in that man-to-man coverage, we took one shot downfield whenever it was last week, and he was on – I can't remember who it was, but our receiver was downfield, and he was about as close as you and me were. There was no separation for anybody. So if anybody's worried about why we didn't throw the ball as much, there's a reason why. Roane County is not a team to mess with. They're runners-up last year in Double-A. They're not a team to be messed with.
They're going to be really good.
They're going to be right back
again.
there this year.
No doubt
exactly.
about it.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see how we do, and it's really a good thing that we started out the season against an opponent like that because it shows us that, hey, we're ready. We played a really good opponent, and now you guys get to see kind of where we're at and how we're going to move on the rest of the season.
Well, it's a cliche that coaches use a lot, but really it's true. Your biggest improvement is usually week 1 to week 2. So, you see that moose? How's the moose go? Rawr.
See, there you go.
But it's, we're going to see how we respond, and we're going to find out in a hurry.
Exactly. And that's what matters, too. We now have a sample because scrimmages will tell you a little bit, but now that we actually have a game under our belt, we can see kind of what we're looking at with the rest of the guys in the season. So we'll see how it goes. I'm super excited. Well, Coach, I appreciate you very much, brother.
Thank you. I want to say, first of all, thank you to you guys for coming down here, and a thank you to the Moose for having our team meal here for us tonight, and a big love you to Coach Vaughn. It's good to see him.
Yes.
People know what he's been going through, but all these kids in this room mean the world to him, and he means the world to all of us, too. And good to see him down here eating with the guys.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see whenever he came in because it was before we brought the broadcast on live, but he came in and all the kids started clapping for him and shouting. It was
KV
awesome.
chant.
The KV chant. KV. It was great. You can't beat it.
Absolutely.
You really can't.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir, brother.
Appreciate
of course.
it, Matthew.
Thank you. That was Coach Jared Robertson of the Cavaliers. We couldn't appreciate our coaches more if we tried, and also the Moose Lodges he was mentioning for allowing us to be here this evening and be able to do this podcast and be able to get this broadcast out to you guys so that way you guys can see how these kids are doing. So, yeah. Let me see. We going to do some player interviews next? We're thinking player interviews? Let's do it. All right. Let's see who's going to be. You can keep it there. You're good. All righty, Barry. Guys, we are with senior center here of the offensive line, Logan Berry. Barry, after week's 1 loss, are you excited for tomorrow against Summers County?
Oh, yeah. It'll definitely give us a time to bounce back, to bring everything back together.
So as the leader on this offensive line and on the D-line as well, what are you telling the guys right now to get your guys rolled up and ready to go for week 2?
We got to control the line of scrimmage. We got to reset the line and push it back or bring it forward.
Exactly. Now, one thing that Roane County did do a good job at, unfortunately, they got through the line a bunch last week. But when you play one of the best teams in not only single A but double A, that's going to happen. You're going to have times where you fall back more, and they're going to have times where they get through to you guys. Unfortunately, that's the case whenever you're dealing with a team as good as them. So what is one thing you yourself, not even as a leader, but one thing that you are working on yourself to get ready for tomorrow, whether it's footwork, whether it's in the weight room? I know you did a bunch of that stuff over the off season, but is there anything specific that you've been working on over this past week to get ready for week 2?
Try to keep my feet moving and keep the fire going in our defense. The big part is trying to keep our gaps all together and keep our feet moving.
Obviously, it was a disappointment in week 1, but is there one thing that you're looking for as a team's perspective to be able to keep that fire? Oh, you're good, dude. Is there one thing you're looking forward to keeping that perspective on the team to get you guys ready for week 2? What's that one thing that is really standing out to you as a whole team to get ready and get fired up?
a lot of it is resetting the line of scrimmage to try to get that first initial push, and that, of course, knocks off the offensive line. So then that gives us an advantage of plugging up all the gaps.
And that's what matters a lot, too, because everything is controlled by the line of scrimmage, offensive line, defensive line, and quarterback. That's what's really important. Barry, I appreciate you, brother. Alrighty, guys, let's move on to the next victim. Camden, I'm going to bother you for a second. I know you're playing pool, so I know you're still feeling it after your injury. So you excited to be able to get back to play in about week 5-ish?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You could just tell in his eyes he's antsy and ready to get back. So what's one thing that has taught you and made you really thankful? I know obviously it stinks to be injured and you're ready to get back out on the field, but what is one thing that being injured has taught you over your senior year that has made you kind of step back and be ready for week 5 or whenever else you're ready to come back?
I really don't know how to answer that, honestly. I mean, I guess just take time as it is. I mean, because it's already week 2. I mean, I didn't even notice. Senior year's going so fast. I mean, all throughout high school, I mean, it's just been a blink of an eye. I guess just really is to calm down and watch everything around you, not just let it all go fast.
Yeah, that's one thing you'll notice is your senior year goes by faster than any other year. I can't explain it. I don't understand how it works. Maybe it's because you miss classes. I don't know what the case. Not you in particular, but in general, your classes get traditionally a lot easier because you take weighted classes your junior year.
3 core classes. I mean, it's so easy now. It feels like, and it's so much faster than last year.
It flies by like that. So, is there anything that you're telling the team to be able to get them ready for week 2?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of just a mental block. I mean, we went out in Roane County and we had our heads up. We thought we were going to win. I mean, but it's AA team. I mean, this week it's just going to be really to see if we really want to play or not. I mean, it's Summers County. It's a great opponent, but we can beat them. We just got to go out there and play how we can and not go play scared, I guess.
Well, that's what matters, dude. I appreciate it, Camden. We'll see you later, brother. And guys, we'll be wishing for your injury as well, man, that it goes good, praying for it, all that good stuff. Appreciate you, man. All righty. Crothers, I'm going to get you too, brother. What's going on, man? I know you haven't been in the spotlight as much, but you're going to be before long. I know you're only a sophomore, but you're getting big, especially with football and then wrestling coming up later on in the year. What's one thing that has made you really excited for this season and being able to get ready and get back on the football field?
Really the players' passion, seeing how everyone's worked harder, the speeches, how everyone's gotten quicker on the field, not much more walking, the passion, it's all there. It really gets you hyped up for the upcoming games.
Yeah. So one thing that a lot of people may not know about Crothers, not a super vocal dude. But here's the thing. This dude started as a freshman, was ready to go out on the O-line, and immediately made an impact right out of the gate. Coming from somebody who was kind of thrown into things your freshman year, what has it taught you that you've had to mature really quickly inside of your head and also your body as well, because you've had to start on the O-line so quick?
It's a whole different game than middle school. I'll say that. Things change really quickly. But it's more fun. It's the game of football, man. I could go on for hours talking about it, but it's definitely, it takes a lot more heart, takes a lot more passion.
It is a passion, dude. And that's one thing that matters more than anything. If you don't have a passion for a game, it's not going to matter at the end of the day. It's really not. So what's one thing that, whether it was recently or from a young age, what is one thing that has made you love football as much as you do now? I can just tell by the sound of your voice.
Just the team, the cooperation, and like I said, the game of football overall. It's so fun to play, making new friends along the way. Parker Vance, our new transfer, is a great guy, and just meet new people along the way, even during games from the opponents. It's just a fun experience.
That's awesome, man. And if there is one player or person that you've been able to look up to throughout your career, who would that be?
I'd definitely say Logan Berry. He's an amazing influence. He's been there by my side since my freshman year. It's amazing. Even in middle school, he was there. He's a great guy to look up to. He teaches you the techniques. He teaches you how to do it right. He's an amazing guy.
Brothers, I appreciate you, brother. You have a good rest of the day. Let's go Cavaliers, and let's see how you do tomorrow, man. I'm excited to watch you play. All righty. Let's see who we can drag into this next. Let's see. You want to be dragged in next?
Do you want me to be dragged in?
Dude, absolutely, if you want to, man. All right.
Bet.
Let's do this thing. Okay, so I know we got a super young team going this year. One of the youngest teams that Greenbrier West has had in at least the last 4 years that I've been watching. Absolutely. What's one thing that you're super excited about this year, being able to be one of the leaders of this younger team?
Well, first of all, just touching on the younger guys, they're great. We have a very bright future as a team. And then once I graduate, I'm extremely excited to see what they can do. But I do a lot of work in practice with the JV guys down there. And it's just great. I love seeing those guys progress from middle school to where I fully believe that, they could even compete at the varsity level in high school. And it's really special.
And this is one thing, a little bit of a cornerstone piece that a lot of people say about teams that are successful is the three most important parts of a team: offensive line, defensive line, and the quarterback. And coincidentally, every single person except for Camden that we have interviewed today and Coach Rob has been linemen, because you guys are the leaders of this team. You guys are what isn't necessarily in the spotlight, but you guys are that leader inside the locker room. And I know a lot of people have talked about Barry, especially being that vocal leader on the line and being that leader. But is there another person or maybe another coach that inside the team has really helped you be able to grow into the man you've become?
As far as coaches go, Coach Odie Gibson. He works a lot with us, and which he played quarterback, I believe, at Greenbrier West. But he does a lot, and especially on the defensive line, he's helped me progress a lot over this off season, and to where I believe that I'm capable to play. And then players. You hate to say it, but it's a lot of the same names that are getting tossed around as far as leaders go. You got Logan. You got Dunbar is a great leader at quarterback. And then if you really want to get into running backs, you have Ben Butler. He's really been stepping up as a leader lately. And it's like I just watched him scream at some of the freshmen a second ago to clean up the field. And then you have Colton Chrisman is really stepping up as a leader as well. And, there's so many guys here, and everybody just wants to. It's a brothership. It's 100% a brothership this year.
And that's one thing I'm super excited to see, too. You mentioned Coach Odie. He was actually a baseball coach for Summers County just this past year. So a little bit of a rivalry game, if you will, for him. And I'm super excited to see how we can do going into this game against Summers, because they do have their quarterback who was 9 for 15 over this past week. And he's going to be a little bit of a scrambler. Had that 47-yard passing touchdown this past week. He's going to be dangerous. Do you have any ways that you guys have been talking him without giving too much to be able to stop him or at least be able to contain him?
Well, you never want to give too much away, but it's a lot of it's fundamentals. We've been working on penetrating the line as far as our tackles go, and then I believe our ends have been working on containing a lot on the outside to stop those long outside runs and to stop them from breaking free into the backfield. So it's really good there.
No, exactly. And obviously, you're not going to be able to perfect everything. You're never going to be able to do that. There's going to be teams that know what kind of scheme you're going to come into playing, and they're going to try their best to work against you. But I believe that Greenbrier West is a physical team. We've been for years. And if we can keep that physicality up, we're going to be able to go in tomorrow and give our best effort. And that's what matters the most at the end of the day. And in my opinion, our best effort is going out there and getting a freaking W.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to hope for the W, man. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's why you come out here and that's why you play the game. But, we've played Summers County, I believe, since Greenbrier West started playing football. And, those guys, they're our neighbors down the road, man. So, we'll compete against them, and then, we'll have a good game, and then we'll shake hands afterwards and move on with it.
Let's keep doing it. Yeah, I was going to say, because you want to move on to 1-1 at the end of the day. That's the main goal. Well, I'm going to ask you one more question. I haven't asked anybody else this today, but I wanted to get your opinion. What is the best quote that has helped you throughout this football season to get you mentally prepared for these games?
Oh man, that's a tough one, but
Why don't you think about it for a second? Because it's kind of a loaded question.
Coach Vaughn, not KV, but Chris Vaughn. A lot over the off season, and we've been talking to each other, and I always ask him what he's doing, or he'll ask me what I'm doing, and we've been going back and forth, and we have this saying, just trying to survive in this dog eat dog world, man, and that's what you got to do. So I'd say that's probably going to be the quote I'm going to have to go with today.
Awesome, man. Dude, I appreciate you, man. I'm excited to see you tomorrow on Friday Night Lights.
Absolutely, man.
Let's do it, brother. Alrighty. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning into the Greenbrier Valley channel. My name is Matthew Thomas, alongside of Joe Sharp, cameraman, and Harry Vance, the producer. I love you guys. Peace out. God bless. I will see you guys tomorrow at Summers County. I'll see you guys live at 7. I believe it's 7 o'clock, 7 or 7:30. Pretty sure it's 7 o'clock. Don't quote me on that. We'll let you guys know tomorrow. See y'all.
Renown Medical Center is located in the heart of Renown and has provided quality health care to our community for over 45 years. We offer medical, dental, pediatrics, pharmacy, behavioral health therapy, x-ray, mammography, diabetes education, and on-site lab services. We accept most insurance plans and offer a sliding fee scale for qualifying patients. Make us your family's medical home and let us care for you. Renown Medical Center. Excellent health care right at home.
The next time you find yourself stuck, broken down, or stranded, call Steve's Towing. Serving eastern and western Greenbrier counties and surrounding areas, he won't charge an arm and a leg. All he wants is a tow. Providing rollback service for light and medium duty vehicles, as well as lockout service and jump starts. Call 304-661-5255. Steve Fields, owner and operator.